All right, thanks everyone for joining us tonight. This is our Team Arise Coach Opportunity webinar. So you all can learn a little bit more about this crazy Beachbody coaching thing. So if you guys don't know me, my name is Rose. I'm 30 and I live in New Jersey, born and raised here. My full-time job for right now, I'm an athletic trainer. If you don't know what that is, I'm kind of like a physical therapist for high school athletes. So I work in the high schools. I work with all the sports teams like football, basketball, and so on. I've been doing that, ever since I got out of college. But I started noticing about 2.5 years ago, after college and all that kind of stuff, I started just packing on a lot of weight. And you would think an athletic trainer would be athletic. I would be doing what I'm telling my athletes to do, and that's eating right, obviously exercising, and just living that healthy lifestyle. And I wasn't living that myself. So I was at a Super Bowl party with a bunch of my friends and my boyfriend, now husband at the time, and there was all that crap there, like the chicken wings and the pretzels with chocolate and cheese, and I went to town and had all of that stuff. And I felt sick to my stomach because I just ate so much. And I'm thinking in my head, okay, I hope I don't feel, or I hope I don't look as bad as I feel. So I sat down in one of those high bar stool chairs and I looked down and I had that muffin top come over. I'm like, I was like, I do look as bad as I feel. And I wanted to literally run and hide into a corner around all my friends. I was just absolutely embarrassed, mortified. I was like, I can't believe I let myself get to this point. I literally had to go to the bathroom and like undo like the one button at the top because I did have like a shirt that like covered that, but it was just so uncomfortable. So from that point, I knew I had to make a change. And I remember my brother telling me about this workout program called Insanity. And he lost a good amount of weight. He really like got bulk. And I'm like, you know what? I think I need to do this because it was a DVD. You just do it at home. I saw the infomercial, so I was kind of familiar with it. And I was like, you know what? What do I have to lose? As an athletic trainer, I work like pretty much all nights. And then I also have to work every single Saturday. So I'm, 6 days a week, work, late nights, especially like for Friday football games. So I could literally pop the DVDs in when I wake up. And at the time I was living on the second story floor of a condo in like a little 5x5 living room. But I was able to do it. So I said, you know what? I actually ordered it off of Amazon, which is a big Beachbody no-no because you don't get a free coach because everybody that signs up through Beachbody gets a free coach because the company wants you to get results. So I didn't get a free coach, but I did Insanity, and it's a 60-day program. So after 60 days, I was shocked. I lost 30 pounds. And I've always been very athletic, playing soccer like since I was pretty much like 5, growing up around athletics, doing athletic training all throughout high school and college. Like I thought I knew everything. And obviously I didn't because I got in the best shape of my life doing a workout DVD in my condo. And that blew my mind. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm literally in the best shape of my life. And that was when I was 28. And I think I'm even in better shape now and just healthier overall. And I knew there was something big to this. I was like, wow, this really works. It's not just random people on the infomercials. Like, this is really me. So I finally went on to teambeachbody.com and got my free coach because every time you do the workout, it says log on to teambeachbody.com and you get a free coach. So I got my free coach and I was like, listen, lady, I don't want to gain 30 pounds because I've always been a huge yo-yo dieter person, trying this, trying that. I'd gain 5, lose 10, gain, keep doing that. And I obviously didn't want to gain 30 pounds back. So I said, what else can I do to kind of continue on with this? So she told me about Shakeology. She told me about another workout program called Turbo Fire. And she also told me I could be a coach because I could help people with their health and fitness goals, because obviously I love helping people since I'm already an athletic trainer. Obviously, I saw really, great results, and I can share my story with people and inspire people. And I'm like, lady, who are you? I don't know. Like, I didn't know her. She's just a random person assigned to me. But the more I thought about it, and of course I did my due diligence on Shakeology. I'm in the health and fitness industry anyways as an athletic trainer, and I had to make sure that I wasn't putting any crap into my body, any artificial flavors, nothing like that. If you guys follow me on social media, I am strictly paleo. I don't eat gluten. I don't eat any of that processed crap out there. So I definitely did my homework with that. But the whole coaching aspect really scared me, and I'm really shy. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I'm extremely shy, especially before I became a coach. But in my stomach and in my heart, I knew that I needed something else besides athletic training. I was doing it for, I think, 3 years at this point. I was burnt out. I just didn't feel good about it anymore. I didn't feel fulfilled. I felt like it was completely draining me. I wasn't being who I really wanted to be. It wasn't my passion anymore. And I kind of saw a light at the end of the tunnel, or just even hope, possibility with becoming a Beachbody coach. So the more I thought about it, I thought, okay, you know what? The worst thing that could happen is that I continue to get healthy. I continue to do my workouts at home, save some time, save some money from going to the gym. And that would be great. But hey, if I made $100 here and there helping people, actually feeling fulfilled by my job and having people be, change their lives because of what I offered them, why not? So I kind of just jumped in with both feet. And that was 2.5 years ago. And actually a month ago, I gave my boss my final notice. I will be a full-time Beachbody coach. I'm actually making 6 figures as a Beachbody coach, which is pretty much 2 times what I'm earning as a full-time athletic trainer working at a public school system. I went to school, got my college degree, got a bachelor's, been working in the school systems for about 8 years right now. And I realized, I have so much more passion for Beachbody. I feel like I'm making such a huge difference. I don't know if you guys are, either you're a teacher, you work in the public school systems, there are some things that people don't want to change. People don't want to learn something new. People don't want to hear your input on how you can make things better. And with Beachbody, I really feel like this is my purpose. This is my passion. So I'm really excited. I only have, I think 19 days is my countdown to my last day at my school. And then I could be a full-time Beachbody coach. So that's a little bit about me. So what is this whole Beachbody thing? It was actually founded by John Congdon and Carl Daikeler in 1998. And they first just started out with the P90X DVD infomercial. That was it. That was their thing. What they started realizing, back in the day, they had those chat forums online where people would go in and they would say, oh my God, I'm doing P90X, what are you eating? And kind of giving each other support and motivation. And, saying oh, I had such a bad day. And people would respond oh, you can do it, keep at it. And people were sharing the results that they were getting. So what they saw was there is something bigger than just, putting these out in the infomercial land, and even putting them out at Target or Walmart. They kind of saw beyond just the whole how can we make money, because let's face it, we can all get a DVD and it would just sit there on your TV stand and you wouldn't even touch it. So what they felt instead of this just sitting at on your shelves or being sold at Target or Walmart, this can be helpful for the people who already got the results, and they can be coaches. And that's where the network marketing side of the company came into play. So first it was P90X. They saw that people were, helping each other, coaching each other, and that's when they opened up the network marketing side of things. So they figured the people who are getting the results can be the ones that are already sharing their stories, and people come up to them and say, hey, what have you been doing? You know, it's just something natural that kind of comes about. So that's why I really love the Beachbody structure, is that like P90X, like that came before. So we already had a product before the network marketing, the coaching aspect of it came into play. And it really does encourage us as coaches to really help people get results. Because if people just buy things and don't do anything with it, like no one's going to talk about that. That's not going to change any lives. That's not going to help anybody. So that's why I think it's just fantastic that they thought of this idea to really have somebody that is going through that program with them day by day, so that they can continue and be motivated and not just have it, you know, not just buy it and have it sit on their shelves. So as you can see, obviously P90X wasn't the only workout video that they came across. They started coming up with really awesome ones like Insanity. That's my like Beachbody love workout, because that's the first one that I started with. But they seriously now have a program for every single person, whether, you know, you're in your 20s, 30s, whether you're a mom or grandma, grandpa. Yes, my mom, who is, I think she's like 60, 61. She does size. She does hip hop abs with Shanti. I swear there's a workout program for everybody, old, young. It really is great because we as a coach can find solutions for anybody. So what we have to talk about is Shakeology. Like I said before, when I first started, I was completely hesitant on Shakeology because I thought this lady, my free coach, was just trying to sell me on some, you know, shake. But of course, you know, as an athletic trainer, I know that people are not deficient in protein. We get our macros. So macros are your carbs, your proteins, and your fats. We get that pretty much from everywhere, whether it's chicken or the food that we eat, the stuff that we buy at the grocery store. There's always those macro calories in it, right? But what we're missing in our food supply today is the nutrients. Why? Because if you haven't noticed, everything is processed. Everything has chemicals in it. Everything has a shelf life of like 10 years, which is absolutely disgusting. So all of that stuff that is made to be in the grocery store, I have these air quote things going on today, but all that stuff that's made to last so long and at the grocery stores nowadays, yes, it has calories, but it's empty calories, meaning it gives you the calories energy-wise, but it has no nutrition to actually back it up, because our cells really need all those antioxidants, those enzymes to process the food that's going in you. It needs the pre and probiotics, so the digestion for your food to actually go through your stomach and to break down. So it needs all of those micronutrients and not just the macro. So that's where Shakeology comes into play, is it really gives you all of those crazy things like the antioxidants, the enzymes, the pre and probiotics that your body needs that you're probably not getting, especially if you're not eating clean, especially if you're eating a lot of processed foods. And what happens is our body is not made to work that way. So our body starts to kind of hold on to fat because it thinks, all right, I'm not getting enough nutrients. Let me keep holding all these calories in. And in your brain, the chemicals are telling your brain, I'm still hungry. But what it really means is I'm hungry for the right nutrients. I'm not getting fed what I need to be fed. So I'm going to keep telling you to eat because I need those nutrients. Not that I need the calories, but I need those nutrients. But in your mind, you don't know the difference. You just keep eating and eating. That's where cravings come from. That's where, you know, you can sit down and have like a McDonald's hamburger and be like, oh my God, I have like 10 more of these. That's because those signals are going to your brain saying, I'm not being fed the right nutrients. I need to eat more to get what my body really deserves to work properly again. So Shakeology is actually certified low glycemic index. So what that means is that it keeps your sugar levels stabilized so you don't have any peaks and valleys during the day. So if you have that 4 p.m. crash where you're like driving home from work and you can't keep your eyes open, that's because your sugar levels went way down. Either you missed lunch, or you maybe had too much sugar in the morning, or you had something sugary for a snack and it spiked your blood sugar levels up, and then it goes right down, and that's where your energy goes down. So it's certified low glycemic index. It's been scientifically proven to lower cholesterol, lower blood pressure, and this is all because there's no like fat burners in it, or there is no chemicals in it. It's just because it has superfoods, so camu and maca root, and all these crazy superfoods that they literally go around to different countries, and they pick all these things, break it down into a powder, and your body actually starts working again. So that's why your sugar levels are stable, your blood pressure is level, your cholesterol gets lowered, and you start losing fat because your body is signaled not to keep eating. It is satisfied because your brain is getting the message that, hey, I'm getting the right nutrients, so you don't have to eat anymore. So for me, Shakeology was a game changer. Once I did my research and I was like, all right, this stuff is good. I read the ingredients, and really do yourself a favor and don't just listen to what I'm telling you, but look up the ingredients yourself. Google it. You can get pretty much anything over the internet, knowledge base wise. So be knowledgeable about what you do, and Google it, and Google all the ingredients and see how they compare to that GNC protein shake. Yes, GNC sells protein shake, but you have to look at Shakeology and see it has protein in it, yes, but it has all those micronutrients in it, whereas all those other things don't. But don't listen to me. Go and compare them yourself, and you'll see the difference. But for me, when I started drinking it, I noticed that my stomach was feeling way better. And I've suffered from IBS my entire life. Even remember, like in middle school, my stomach, like I'd be in class, like cringing my stomach. And about 3 weeks after I started Shakeology, I started noticing a difference. And I asked my coach, I'm like, wow, like what's going on with this? And she said, oh, it's the pre and probiotics. They're helping you like digest everything properly. I'm like, oh my God, like I had no idea. So Shakeology was definitely a game changer for me. And I have not gained those 30 pounds back in 2.5 years. It's the first time. I've never been a huge yo-yo person. I'm just eating healthy and really learning that the right nutrients is what it's all about. So what I really love about being a coach and really helping people with their health and fitness is that you can see it. Like these are all transformations of coaches on our team, and it's people that I know. Like I know Allison, I know Becky, I know Danielle, I know Aaron, I know Jake. Like these are all people that really got real results from, let me see, Danielle was T25, Allison and Becky were 21 Day Fix. Jake and Aaron, I think Body Bees and 21 Day Fix. But it's just really awesome to know that these are fake people. They're not photoshopped. And that's what I thought. Like I'm right smack in the middle. And that was actually right before my honeymoon last year. I didn't have a lot of weight to lose at all, maybe like 3 pounds. But I really just wanted to get very defined, you know, being in a bikini and for your honeymoon, like I wanted to show those abs, and poof, it was pretty cool. So who is the Beachbody coach? The Beachbody coach is honestly just a normal person. It's just somebody that really wants to better themselves physically, mentally, you know, financially. Somebody who has a bigger vision for their life, a bigger goal that they want to reach, whether it's personally or maybe for their family. They want to get something out of this to help their family. Maybe they're struggling and they just need something to uplift them. Someone who wants to make a difference in someone else's life. Somebody who wants to pay it forward and really show people that there is a better way of living, of being healthy. And really somebody who just compassionate, somebody who loves to be around people, loves to just motivate, support, and inspire somebody else to really change their life. And I think that's what I really love about Beachbody is you start connecting with so many people and you really feel fulfilled by just the connections that you make and the friendships that you make. And even like I've made so many new connections or reconnected with old friends from high school. It's just so much fun. What you do not have to be, you don't have to be an athletic trainer, I promise you. My health and fitness background really did not help me as a Beachbody coach. I think it actually probably hurt me just in the sense that people think I was always healthy and fit. My mistake was that I didn't really take my true before picture just because I never took pictures when I weighed that heavy because I was embarrassed and I didn't really want anyone to see me. So people already thought I kind of had that perfect body. I would perfect in quotations too, because no one ever has that perfect body. You don't have to be a fitness trainer. You don't have to be a personal trainer. You don't have to be a nutritionist. You don't have to be a nurse. You do not have to be a salesperson. And that is one thing that I was so scared about when I first became a coach. I was like, ew, I don't want to be icky. I don't want to bother my friends or my family. And you do not have to be at your goal or target weight before you start sharing your story with people. And that was one thing I missed out too, was I got my results. You know, I lost the 30 pounds and then kind of became a Beachbody coach. Whereas when you just come into this and you're starting your own health and fitness journey, you can just have people join you and say, hey, listen, like I'm really excited about this 21-day fix. I'm really excited about getting my life back on track. Do you want to join me? Because no one can look at, say, if you know Autumn Calabrese, the trainer for the 21-day fix, no one can really legitimately look at her and think that that could be them because they can't relate. Because to them, like Autumn Calabrese is up here, like she's a celebrity fitness trainer. No one can relate to that. But can you relate to a mom who's been struggling for 3 years to lose the baby weight? Can you relate to a newlywed who just got married and wants to stay on track? Those are people that you can relate to because they're either your friends, your family, somebody that you know, somebody that you went to high school with. So you definitely don't have to be at that target perfect weight that you, in your mind, think that you should be at to become a coach. So, you know, Team Arise coaches are literally just anyone and everybody that wants to make a difference in their life and share that with other people. So we have nurses on our team. We have moms. We have accountants. We have teachers. We have pharmacists. We have pretty much just an array of different people from literally all across the country, where some of us are from New Jersey, Florida, Wisconsin, North Dakota, Texas, California. So we're literally spread across the United States, which is pretty awesome because we can reach so many more people that way. So I wanted to kind of break down what kind of coach that you can be on our team. So the first kind of coach is a discount coach. These people can get 25% off all of our products. You obviously get the accountability from your personal coach and from our team. Oops, I spelled that wrong. It's supposed to say part of the Team Arise network. So as coaches, you know, we have moms that have been breastfeeding, and we have pharmacists that can help you with, I don't know, if you have a cold or something and you need some tips on how to overcome it. You have a network of such a wide range of people to have your questions answered. You can be a resource for your friends and family. If you're not ready to jump in right away, but your friends and family are looking at you and saying, oh my God, what are you doing? Like you look so great, or like you really just have this positive energy going on. Like what's new? What are you doing? And you can still earn that 25% commission as a coach. as a discount coach. And then what the second kind of coach that we have is what we call an active coach. So this is somebody that wants to earn that steady income, somebody that wants to really build a business, whether it's to make $100 per week, or maybe you want it to be like me and actually have this as your full-time job. You still get the 25% off of all the products. You are part of our coach training groups. You help us run the fitness challenge groups that we run with you, and you're building a business. You're actively trying to grow your own team and be a leader as well. So this is a business. While of course we are here to help people and really end the trend of obesity, this is a business. So how do you make money? I'm just showing you actually my paycheck as a new coach. You'll see it's not that much. It's only $64. And I think that was like the first month or two I was a coach. So this is not a quick get rich quick scheme. This is something that you do have to work at. But you can see my 2-year anniversary, I made $1,100 as a coach. So the more that you're actually in this, just like anything else, the more that you put into it, the more that you'll get out of it. So as a coach, you earn a 25% commission from anything ordered through your website. You get a bonus for a challenge pack. A challenge pack is a workout plus Shakeology, because we want to give people the full package. You know, people can work out and eat crappy, and that's not going to work. That's not what health is. People can eat healthy but just sit on the couch all day. That's not healthy either. A challenge pack really gives people that full package of a workout plus Shakeology plus the nutrition. So you get a bonus from that. You also are eligible for team bonus cycles. And you can see in my 24 months as a coach, that is the most, that area of where I earned, almost $1,000. And you'll see my retail commission is only $34. So no, you do not have to sell 1 million P90Xs to earn money in this business. It's really about just sharing this and finding people that want to share this along with you. And then you still get 25% discount on all the products that we offer as well. So just breaking everything down, my first month as a coach averaged $100 per week. 8 months as a coach, $200 per week. My 1 year, I was making $350 a week. 2 years, $1,200. And then August 2015, making $1,500. Right now, we're almost at the 1st of October, and I'm making $2,000 a week. And you'll see that my team bonus cycles kept going up, and that's where my team is being absolutely amazing, and they're the ones that's helping me grow the business. I'm not just selling 1 million Shakeologies and P90Xs. It's my team that's also out there sharing this with people. So the big question I get all the time is this a pyramid scheme? Are they going to steal my money? No, I actually do get a paycheck from my, they direct deposit right into my TD bank account. Every Thursday, I get the money, so it's not a pyramid scheme. But what a pyramid scheme is when people just sign people up without any real products to back anything up. They're just like signing people up. But we are just like Mary Kay or Avon or Stella and Dot. So and like I mentioned before, we had the programs, we had P90X before the multi-level marketing concept, the coach network coming into play. So we already had those products coming into play. And like I said before, we're not just trying to sell people things, we are trying to get people results. So if I just sell things and I don't help people get results, I'm not gonna grow my business. That team bonus cycle that you saw in my paychecks, that's not gonna happen. Oh, sorry, my screen stopped sharing. Let's see. Don't you love live webinars? Give me 1 second. Where did it go? There we go. And we're back up. Okay, those things happen. So how Beachbody is different is we're just, I love makeup. I love Mary Kay. I like Avon. Don't get me wrong, but we're not just trying to sell makeup or sell candles. We are really changing somebody's life. One of my biggest transformations was actually a janitor that I used to work with at my old school. And he literally completely changed his life with Shakeology, and that's what he started with. He actually had 2 knee replacements. I think at the time he might have been 60, 65. He had open heart surgery, so he just started with the nutrition aspect first. And then he started feeling good. He started feeling like, okay, he can start walking. He started walking around the park. And then he asked me about, I think it was 10-minute trainer. So he started doing that. And then a little bit after that, he started doing T25. And wouldn't you believe, I think it was like 6 months, he lost over 60, 70 pounds, got off of all his high blood pressure medication, and completely changed his life. He didn't fear anymore that he was going to have another heart attack. He didn't feel like he was 65 years old and, his joints giving out on him. And that was mind-blowing to me. Like, oh my gosh, like I helped make that happen. I made somebody live longer. Like me, little old me, I made that happen. So I really feel that you can really touch somebody's life with this. And you're not just selling things, you're really just sharing your story with people and seeing if that can potentially help them. So one of our biggest ways that we help people, I do most of my business on Facebook. We use challenge groups, so we get everyone doing the same workout. This was a picture here of the 21-day fix. We share recipes, we share tips, we share when we got our workout in. We help motivate each other if we're having a bad day. We tell each other, all right, if I press play today, so are you. So it's a great place to have people get that support and accountability of your health and nutrition. So you have that, and you need that accountability to kind of fill that equation of getting those results. So this really helps people stay on track because they know that they're not in it alone. They have some other people, they have a coach helping them, and then they have the accountability of other people doing the same program with them, knowing that they're not alone on this journey. So what you get as a Team Arise coach, you get our private Facebook group. As a team, we have a private group where we do trainings, we do team calls every Wednesday night. We do a Coach Basics training. So if you were to become a part of our team, we first do a one-on-one getting started right call. So you are literally walk through all of the steps of being a new coach. We don't say, here you go, have fun, see you later. No, we literally walk you through everything. We do trainings with you. We do video one-on-one chats. That way, because if I just said, okay, bye, have fun, I already have done this. I have built this where I can literally say, okay, here, this is for you. You go and do this, because that's how I was successful. So there's really no reinventing the wheel on this. This has all been done before. People are obviously very successful as being a Beachbody coach, and everything really is just laid out for you, and you get all of the material that I've had and that I've shared with our team. You get absolutely all of it. And then, of course, as a coach, you get these really awesome perks. I'm actually going to be going on the Beachbody cruise in March, and I earned that completely free. I earned the Cancun trip last year for completely free, but I actually had a wrestling tournament that weekend and I couldn't go. But since I'll be my own boss coming in March, I will be able to go on that. And then there's other trips. We have our yearly summit in Nashville. A couple years before that, it's in Las Vegas, so it's a ton of fun. There's just great events to keep you learning and keep you motivated to really have the exact tools that you need to help other people. So my experience as a coach is really, this has this has completely changed my life and has been a huge blessing for me, more than I ever could have imagined. I am surrounded by motivated people, people who want to make a difference, people who want to make a change in their life, not just by people who are kind of like nagging at work or negative people, you know, those people I'm talking about, right? You know, I've been able to reconnect with new friends, with old friends, and make new friends. Obviously, I've been able to keep the 30 pounds off, and more than that, I've just been a healthy individual. And being a coach and the earning and income side of things, I was able to completely pay for our wedding. I paid for my mortgage. We also own a condo, and I paid for that each month. We're able to go on more trips and vacations. And we're actually buying our dream house and should be moving in end of October, which is crazy. I haven't shared that to many people yet, but that's actually happening. And we would not have been able to do it if it wasn't for Beachbody. And for us to be financially free and not have to worry about that paycheck to paycheck, especially if you're a teacher in the summers, that August can be brutal because you're just waiting until September because you need that paycheck coming in. So for me, what my dream job looks like is having that freedom to do what I want, to go on vacations, to make my own hours, not to be scared to ask my boss for a day off because I need to go to the doctors. For me to live the healthiest and most fulfilling life that I can. And probably one of the biggest motivators for me is when we have kids, for me never to miss a moment of my kids' life, to never have somebody else drop them off at school, for them to know who their mom is. When I was growing up, my mom actually worked for United Airlines and she would work the night shifts. And I can remember just bawling my eyes out. I was probably like 4 or 5 at the time, and I would just miss my mom. And, you know, as a girl growing up, like, you want your mom to be there for you. And I don't want my kids to feel like that. I want to be the ones with my kids and knowing that I'm always going to be there for them, and I can go on class trips and be the class mom and do all those great things with them. So what's the next step? If you want to sign up as a coach, you can get a challenge pack. The sign-up fee is waived, and there is a $15.95 fee per month, and we'll go over what that includes. But a challenge pack, like I said before, you get the fitness program, you get your month of Shakeology on Home Direct, so you get it every single month, so you get that nutrition every single day, and then you also get 30 days free of Beachbody on demand, so you can get live streaming of like a million different workouts, so you can literally try anything. You can also just sign up without a challenge pack, but if you really want to, number 1, change your own health and fitness, and number 2, share with others what you're doing, the challenge pack is obviously the best way to go if you're serious about this. If you are military or were military, that $15.95 fee is completely waived. Beachbody is really awesome with helping out the military. So that $15.95 fee covers, you know, Beachbody does all the promotion. We don't have to do anything. We have to be us on Facebook. We are Beachbody. I'm not Shaun T. I'm not Autumn Calabrese. I'm Rose Smith. So I'm just doing that on Facebook. But they do all the infomercials. They do the brand awareness. You know, when you say P90X, when you say Insanity, people know what you're talking about. $15.95 fee also covers your websites. You get 3 websites people go to, click, order. You don't have to have boxes of Shakeology lying around your house. No, it's all shipped out through them. You get coach relations that you can call 24/7 if you ever have a problem. There's tons of other trainings besides what we personally give to you as a team, Beachbody also gives you training as well. So, you know, there's a lot of help that this company offers you. So really think about it. What can becoming a coach do for you? What can it do for your family? What kind of little changes can you see in your life? If you think 5 years down the road, where do you want to be? And most importantly, how are you going to get there? What's that journey going to look like for you? And who can you help? Do you have people in your life that you're probably, you know, as we're going through this, thinking, oh my gosh, this would be amazing for my aunt? Or, oh my gosh, my best friend can really use this because she's getting married in 3 months. And I love just dreaming about all those like crazy, scary dreams that you think like, you know, buying a brand new house, or maybe just paying that mortgage payment or paying your car payment each month. Those things can really come true. So this was actually at Nashville this past summer. They actually shut down Broadway Street for us to work out, and it was probably the largest like workout they've ever had, like World Book of Record wise. So, you know, Beachbody is not just a trend. It is people, I mean, you can see how many people are there that want to make a huge difference. It has empowered so many people to just make a huge impact on their life and to really show people that, yeah, you can have fun, you can be in the best shape of your life, and you actually can have that freedom in your life that you really do want. You don't have to work that typical 9 to 5 if you don't want to, if you don't feel like being strapped for the rest of your life until you're 60 and hoping a pension plan is waiting for you at the end of it. That's how I kind of always thought it's supposed to be. So just think, like, you have one life to live. You don't get a second chance at this. So act accordingly and see, you know, what other opportunities might be out there for you to grab a hold of your life and make a change. So hopefully you guys got some really great information out of this. And if you're ready to join our team, we are starting our new Coach Basics training on Monday the 5th. October 5th, this coming Monday. So reach out to the coach that invited you here. That way they can actually get on the phone with you and sign you up. That way you are signed up under them and you're a part of our team. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to your coach, send me a message. Thanks everyone for joining us tonight. I know probably after a long day of work, the last thing that you want to do is listen to me blab, but I think you guys got some great information from this. Thanks a lot and have a great night.